welcome to another episode of InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. It's once again time to look at the latest from the IT and science worlds. North Korea's nuclear tests are keeping high tensions all around the world, and this has pushed for better, more effective ways of confirming whether there has been a nuclear bomb detonation. There are currently 2 observation stations in South Korea looking out for nuclear bomb detonations, and 1 more will be added later, while the rest will be upgraded with additional features. Let's find out more about this and other stories in Briefing Scope. South Korea's Nuclear Safety and Security Commission has announced it will upgrade nuclear particle detectors that analyze the atmosphere and look for evidence of nuclear tests conducted by North Korea. According to the commission, the current equipment can only detect the element xenon, but further upgrades will make it possible to detect krypton as well. Korean researchers have developed an eco-friendly anti-pollutant derived from mussels and octopuses. The anti-pollutant can be applied to ships or surfaces of marine facilities to prevent marine flora and fauna from attaching to them. It can also be used as medical implants to absorb toxins. The government has decided to develop the cybersecurity field as a new export industry. According to the Ministry of Science, ICT, and Future Planning, the government will establish penetration strategies in the Middle East, Latin America, Africa, and Southeast Asia and provide customized support. I hope this cybersecurity project is successful. It will definitely be a new addition to Korea's export industry. In the meantime, a new research trend is sweeping across universities in Korea. A number of universities have established technology holding companies in order to commercialize innovative ideas. Let's turn to Industry Insight to learn more about this and other stories.
Just by bringing a smartphone to a monitor screen, a hidden message pops up on the smartphone. The various shades of color are analyzed with just the smartphone's camera. This technology is Li-Fi, or light fidelity. It allows communication via visible light.
이 조명은 해킹이 불가능합니다. 그래서 이제 별도의 인프라 없이 그냥 조명만 있으면은 통신이 가능한 게 좋은 점이고.
The image of figure skater Kim Yeona looks real, as if she were skating on this very surface. By adding an optical film made up of small lenses to a regular display, viewers can enjoy 3D video without any special equipment.
3차원적으로 이제 빛이 나올 텐데 그 빛들을 자유 공간상에다가 여러 가지 각도를 조절해서 그 영상 포인트를 만들게 됩니다. 그 영상 포인트들이 모여서 3차원 입체 영상을 만들게 되고.
These are world-class innovations made by Korean universities. Universities in northeastern Seoul have banded together to find unique technologies created by each school and to commercialize them through holding companies, which will bring all research results under one umbrella.
서울시 전체 대학의 30%가 동부권에 있습니다. 저희 3개 대학이 그런 핵심적으로 가지고 있는 요소 기술을 그 중소기업들한테 기술 이전을 확산하고 첫걸음으로 시작을 하려고.
Profits made from commercializing these technologies will be reinvested into research projects to create more innovations. Other universities are looking to take part. When an adult is infected by the Zika virus, the patient exhibits light symptoms similar to those of a cold. In contrast, an infected fetus faces a potentially severe condition called microcephaly. Why is this the case? One factor is that unlike adults, fetuses don't have an immune system. This renders the fetus helpless against the Zika virus when the mother is infected. However, there is no definite proof as of yet that the causes of microcephaly in Latin America are caused by the Zika virus, as rubella and the cytomegalovirus can also cause the same disorder. Subsequently, women who are pregnant or are planning for pregnancy should be extra careful to avoid getting bitten by mosquitoes and get vaccinations for rubella. The Aedes aegypti mosquito is also responsible for dengue fever and yellow fever. Viruses live off host creatures in order to survive, and different viruses have different compatible hosts. Dengue and yellow fever viruses are all considered flaviviruses. The Aedes aegypti mosquito is an ideal host for flaviviruses. This is just like how the Japanese encephalitis virus is carried only by the Culex tritaniorhynchus species of mosquitoes. Hence, getting bitten by any mosquito doesn't necessarily mean a person is infected by the Zika virus. While the common Asian tiger mosquito in Korea has a low chance of carrying the Zika virus, it is best to be careful, especially in the coming summer. Dengue fever is a major problem in tropical areas. The disease is known for its high fever, and it is caused by the dengue virus, which is transmitted by mosquitoes. A UK-based research team has succeeded in manipulating genes to reduce mosquito populations. The team created genetically modified mosquitoes by inserting a lethal gene.
They only live 2 or 3 days and then they will die in the environment. And then after they have mated, their progeny, their offspring, will die as well.
The male mosquito passes on the lethal gene through mating, and the offspring dies before it hits sexual maturity. In a trial run in Brazil, there was an 80% drop in the number of local mosquito larvae. The New York Times reported that it may be necessary to use genetically modified mosquitoes to thwart the spread of the Zika virus. The dengue virus and the Zika virus belong to the same group and are spread by Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. There are concerns that genetically engineered mosquitoes could have a negative effect on the ecology. However, experts predict that it will take 10 years to develop and deploy a vaccine for the Zika virus, making genetically modified mosquitoes a potential solution.
While this is only one of many potential treatments, there are also claims that these very mosquitoes could be a factor in the spread of the virus. Researchers will have to continue pursuing different avenues until a suitable treatment is found. But besides the Zika virus, there's also active research in other diseases, including breast cancer, allergies, and early-stage dementia. Let's take a closer look here on Take a Peek.
Radiation therapy is one way of fighting breast cancer, as it reduces the chances of a relapse and raises life expectancy. Breast cancer patients receive radiation therapy after having their tumors removed.
7주 동안 그냥 하루도 안 빼먹고 그렇게 일찍 와서 받고 보러 오니까 많이 좋아졌다고 그러시더라고.
However, radiation therapy is not foolproof. Korean researchers have found unique characteristics of incurable breast cancer after evaluating 1,700 cases over 15 years. They found that all patients of incurable breast cancer had the HER2 protein, which is responsible for cell generation, but no protein that would take in female hormones. The patients also had a high chance of relapse, as they still had many proteins that could generate cancerous cells even after radiation therapy.
이러한 난치성 유방암을 어떻게 극복하는가, 이게 사실은 가장 큰 과제 중에 하나인데요. HER2가 있는 유방암이 방사선 치료에 잘 듣지 않는다는 것을 저희가 알아냈고요.
Researchers were able to single out patients with HER2 with a simple checkup.
진단을 정확하게 한 다음에 그 진단 결과를 바탕으로 방사선 치료와 병행 치료를 같이 하면 훨씬 더 생존율이 높아질 거라고 생각합니다.
The research team has filed a patent application in Korea for diagnosing patients with incurable breast cancer and is preparing to file a global patent. Korean researchers have discovered how the immune system works to prevent allergic reactions to food. Researchers from the Institute for Basic Sciences Academy of Immunology and Microbiology found that food antigens trigger the regulatory T cells in the small intestine and suppress immune responses. The human body's immune system registers food as foreign bodies, but when food is consumed through the mouth, allergic reactions are not triggered due to immune system tolerance. The researchers confirmed through lab experiments with mice that the bacteria in the intestines and food antigens activate T cells. The team hopes that these results will spur on the research on treatment for food allergies and overactive immune systems. The results were published in the global academic journal, Science. A way of catching dementia in its early stages through a simple blood test may be commercialized in the next few years. The Korea Institute of Science and Technology held a signing ceremony for the handover of the relevant technology to Iljin Group's Alpinion Medical Systems. The test will allow the doctors to determine the possibility of dementia occurring in a person before the symptoms appear, all through a blood test. The value of the handover is estimated to be around $270 million. An official from the Ministry of Science, ICT, and Future Planning said that a special support team will ensure that the technology receives relevant certifications by the first half of next year. This is the site of an ignition test of a burner for a homegrown 75-ton thrust engine. The homegrown Korea Space Launch Vehicle, or KSLV-2, is a 3-stage launch vehicle. There will be 4 of these engines in the first stage and 1 in the second stage. The third-stage 7-ton engine has completed ground ignition tests, and researchers will soon hold tests in conditions that simulate the almost airless atmosphere of 20 kilometers above ground level.
엔진을 구성하고 있는 그 연소기, 터펌프, 가스 발생기, 밸브들은 사실은 지금 모두 시험이 되고 있고 75톤의 경우는 아시는 바와 같이 연소기 같은 경우는 연소 불안정 문제를 거의 해결했기 때문에 엔진을 구성하고 있는 구성품 시험은 거의 다 끝났거든요.
Researchers have scheduled a test launch for the second stage of the vehicle in December 2017 to check its engine capacities under real launch conditions.
나로 할 때 저희들이 시스템에 대한 기술을 익혔기 때문에 이제 거기에 주요한 부품 중에 하나인 75톤 엔진을 개발하는 것이 필요하기 때문에 이번 2단계에서는 75톤 엔진의 완성을 저희들이 하려고 합니다.
In December of 2019, the KSLV-2 will engage in its maiden flight, carrying a 1.5-ton satellite as its payload. A 4-stage variant of the KSLV-2 will take part in Korea's first attempt to reach the moon in 2020.
Well, I think it is amazing that the KSLV-2 is being made with solely homegrown technology. We hope that the engine test and the launch test in December 2017 are a success. Now, with that said, this concludes today's episode of InfoScope, but no worries, we'll be back again next week with more interesting and informative stories from the IT and science worlds. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye!